Are you considering changing jobs? Here's what to do with your 401k if you are. Hi, I'm Ryan Wheels, host of the Own the Money YouTube channel powered by Ally Wealth. Thanks so much for stopping by the channel. If you like the content we're putting out, please give us a like down below. Also hit the subscribe button and we'll keep updating. We put out more content just like this. So yeah, hey, you're moving up in the world. You're changing jobs, all right? So a lot of times what I see is people go to work on the last day of work and they get their box and their pens and their pictures of their wife and kids and their trophy or their medal or, awards or whatever. They get all that stuff and they walk out the door. But what do they leave behind? They leave behind, a lot of times, one of their biggest assets, their 401k. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what to do with your 401k when in fact you do change jobs. So here's the options that we have here. So the first we'll talk about is leaving it where it is. And I see a lot of people do that, folks. They just walk out the door of work, take their box of stuff with them, and they leave their 401k behind. And so there really is nothing wrong with that, but there's a couple things you consider. One, when you leave that 401k plan, you're not getting any advice. And so many people lose their login credentials and they forget how to log in. And what happens is this 401k plan, which if managed properly could really be a pillar of their retirement, it becomes something that the statement comes in the mail or in the email box and it goes into file 13, right? Or the junk drawer, all right? And so if you're going to do that and leave it where it is, make sure you're logging into your account on a quarterly basis. You're checking out what's going on with it. If that 401k plan administrator has advisors you can talk to them and make sure the 401k is allocated properly based on your risk tolerance, how old you are. The worst thing you can do is just forget about this thing and leave it as it is and not manage it and take care of it as you go forward through life. Because remember, folks, one of the largest assets that people have to fund retirement these days is a 401k. The onus to save money has been put on you to take care of your own retirement, and the way most people do that today is in fact a 401k, so take care of your 401k. Another thing you can do is take a full cash taxable distribution. Now, if you're someone who's 50 and you've got $1 million in your 401k, I really couldn't think of something, a bigger mistake to make than taking a full cash distribution. For just an example, on a $1 million 401k, if you took a cash distribution, you're probably going to pay between $300,000 and $400,000 in taxes on top of your income you have from your job that current year. So taking a taxable distribution in that case doesn't make a lot of sense. But if you're somebody who is leaving your job and maybe you want to start a business, maybe you need some additional funding for your business or a project or something like that, well, that's where you could consider taking a taxable distribution. And I mean, if your 401k balance is $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $100,000, somewhere in that range, you have a purpose for the money other than just going out and blowing it and spending it frivolously on stupid things, all right? The next thing you can do is you can roll the 401k over to your new job's 401k plan. And I see a lot of people do this, right? And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but we may give up some opportunities. So the way you do that is, you move to your new job, you enroll in the company's 401k plan, they ask you if you have an old plan, and they will help you roll the old plan into the new plan, all right? Now, one of the things to think about there is that when you do that, your 401k plan at your new company is only going to have about 25 different funds you can invest in. So that means all of your money is invested in those 25 different funds in your 401k plan. And which leads me to the next thing you can do is you can do a tax-free rollover to an IRA, all right? If you, instead of rolling it over to your job's new 401k plan, your new job's 401k plan, and you do a tax-free rollover to an IRA, here's what happens. You open up the world of investment opportunities that are out there for you, all right? So for example, again, in your new job's 401k plan, you'll have probably 25 different mutual funds you can choose from. Well, folks, to my knowledge, there's over 11,000 mutual funds in existence today. You will also, if you roll over to an IRA, you have the ability to access ETFs, you can buy individual stocks, you can buy real estate investment trusts, real estate funds, private equity funds, structured notes, you can buy annuities. There's all kind of stuff that you can do. And a better way to think about it is this. Let's use your new 401k plan as kind of your growth and passive index money in your overall retirement plan, and do a rollover to an IRA. And what will happen there is we can coordinate those buckets of money together. Meaning on the 401k plan, the funds are generally passive in nature. They're index funds, okay? And so we can use the 401k plan contributions to be your passive investment part of your portfolio. And then on the IRA portion that we roll the money from your old 401k plan into, We can do all kind of stuff. Again, we can put it into a portfolio that really coordinates well with a passive portfolio. But the most important thing is we open up the world of opportunity that's out there to you in an IRA. Now, a couple things to consider before you do that is this. You want to look at cost, all right? What is the cost of my new job's 401k plan? What is the cost of my old job's 401k plan? Is the new plan cheaper than the old plan, right? If the new plan is cheaper than the old plan, you might consider rolling it into the new plan. If the old plan is cheaper than the new plan, you might keep it where it is, all right? And then you've got to look at all kind of factors, folks. There's administration fees, third-party fees, fund fees, all kind of stuff there to look at, and you can talk to your plan administrator and find out what those fees are, and you can make an educated decision on what to do with your 401k based on cost. But it's not just based on cost. It's also based on the ability to invest how I want to invest, when I want to invest, and that sort of thing. Another example is you can convert it to a Roth IRA, all right? And you can do that. Now, if it's a massive 401k, folks, you want to be careful doing that, because when you do convert from an IRA or a 401k to a Roth IRA, you do pay tax on that distribution, and that amount of money is taxed and added to your ordinary income, all right? So if you're someone who's got a relatively small 401k balance, $25,000, $30,000, $50,000, maybe $100,000, and your income's going to be low that year, you may consider converting it over to a Roth IRA. You may consider converting it, part of it, to a Roth IRA, all right? But these are the considerations you can think about when you're looking at doing something different with your 401k when you leave your job. And folks, again, what we see here is the people that get hurt the most in the 401ks is folks that just leave it where it is, take the junk drawer approach, and don't do anything to safeguard it and manage the money. Other thing that happens too is that over time we see people get in a situation to where they've had 3 job changes, 4 job changes, and now they've got this 401k over here, and that 401k over there, and that 401k over here, and that 401k over here. And they have all these different plans, and the money's really not working together as it should. They're saving money well, they're doing the right things, but they're not making sure their money's coordinated to work well together. And the way you think about it, folks, is like a football team, right? On a football team, you got guys that run the ball, catch the ball, guys that kick the ball, guys that throw the ball, right? There's fat guys, skinny guys, tall guys, short guys, fast guys, slow guys, right? And they're all working together in a unison to score touchdowns and ultimately make it to a Super Bowl. Well, your 401k and your various 401ks you have should be doing the exact same thing for you, so that one day you can say, take this job and shove it. I don't want to work here anymore, right? I want my money. I want to stop working for my money and my money to start working for me. Well, folks, I hope you got some good value out of what to do with that old 401k. Out of today's video, I'm Ryan Willis, host of the On the Money YouTube channel, powered by Ally Wealth. If you like the content we're putting out, please give us a like down below. Also hit the subscribe button, and we'll keep updating. We put out more awesome content just like this.